Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Magical Mythical Phoenix. My name is Eddie Phoenix, and today we're doing something very special on this channel. I've decided to do a little bit of rebranding, and now this channel is going to be more focused on music. Of course it was before, now it will be more than ever. So now this is the first episode of an album review. Woo! Album review. So I hope you guys enjoy this album review, and it's going to be on what else than Chance the Rapper's third album. I believe it's his third album. If it's not, then I apologize, and I already sound like an idiot. But I believe it's his third mixtape, and that is Coloring Book. So we're gonna go ahead and review that today. We're gonna have a lot of fun, and I hope you guys join me for the ride. If you guys haven't listened to the review yet, or haven't listened to the album, please make sure you do. I'll put a link in the description for a place where you can get the album. You can stream it, I believe, on his website, and it's a great album. So let's go ahead and get into it. The way we're going to do our album reviews on this channel is that we go by track, well, for the most part. And then at the end, we're going to pick the worst track and the best track, and then we're going to do a whole overview. It's going to be a lot of fun, so I hope you guys stick around. And make sure to subscribe for more of these album reviews, and let me know in the comments what you want me to review. Let's get started. All right, so Chance the Rapper's album, it was fantastic. It sounded great, but there were some points that I thought were kind of shifty. So we're going to go, this first point really is going to be the first and third tracks. They were okay. They weren't necessarily like super out there. They sounded fine. Understandable lyrics, even coming from 2 Chainz and Weezy from track 2 called No Problem. And I was surprised that that 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne were able to really have coherent lyrics. I was surprised by that, and I did enjoy it. So I can't say I was mad about the first and third tracks. They actually sounded pretty much the same. Now, this whole album actually had a total of about 14 tracks. So the first and third were pretty much the same. They didn't have too much variance. Now, when you got to the fourth track, which was pretty unfulfilling and bland, the fourth track really seemed like a placeholder for a real song. It didn't have any lyrics. It didn't have any real gumption. And it was real flat, So for me, listening to the first 4 tracks of the album, I was already like, okay, let's get something going here. So finally on track 5 had a song called Blessings. It was really great. It was a fantastic gospel track, which caught me off guard. I thought when I was listening to this track, oh, this might be a gospel mixtape. I was a little surprised, and I kind of sat and listened to it. I was really interested, and so I kept listening. And the track, it ended up being a really good gospel track. And I think I think they put a good place on the whole album. Like, I kind of feel like the tone of the album was really, it kind of started with that song Blessings. The tone of it really was a very experimental gospel track mixtape that he wanted to try and kind of put out there so people can really get a feel for what he was trying to do. And from all of the reactions I've gotten and all I've heard and read, it's pretty good. So, I mean, just from that, he really did try something new, and it was fantastic. He did a great job trying it. The whole tone of the album seemed very experimental, with most songs only being one third lyric and 2/3 music. So as a rapper, I kind of thought like he should have put a little bit more lyrics in the songs. But that's how you kind of know it's experimental. It's a little bit more music, a little bit more production, and less lyrics. And I kind of thought, as Chance the Rapper, I kind of wanted him to rap more. You know what I'm saying? So I did appreciate it. But I like the feel, I like the direction. The song was very soft gospel hook, sharp trumpet to accompany the sample, and it was a really great way to start off the gospel experiment. So I thought it was great. And then out of nowhere in track 6 was the song Mixtape. As I was listening to it, I actually kind of got upset. I was like, okay, I was jamming out, right? I was jamming out the first few songs, and then Mixtape came. And it was just like, it shoehorned in the album. And it was just so erratic and out of nowhere with this trap beat and then Future. I mean, wait, was Future in that? I think it was Young Thug. Oh, and look, I might be a little biased on this because I don't really like Young Thug all that much. So maybe it was like my dislike for Young Thug, but it was out of place to be a gospel experimental. He kind of threw this in there, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. It threw the tone completely off. The hardcore trap beat clashed with the gospel-esque experimental feel, and I didn't appreciate it. I didn't appreciate it. It was too much auto-tune. It really was icky. It was icky. I hate using that word because it sounds stupid, but it was icky. Listen to it. You'll know what I'm talking about. And then finally go on to track 8 of Angels. Angels was really great. It came back at it with the religious lyrics, and it was bringing back that Christian-esque rap that was present in the first song, Blessings. I really do like the direction he was going in with the Christian rap, and I think even for someone who's not a Christian, they can still appreciate the imagery that he presents in these lyrics. They were really tight, especially on track 8, Angels. A lot of people have told me that is their favorite track. I'll get to that at the end to let you know what my favorite track was. And remember, all this is my opinion, so don't get mad at me. But I think Angels was great, and it really did set forth that feel. Now, track 9 of Juke Jam with Justin freaking Bieber. I was upset because I actually liked it. It wasn't anything that was terrible. It sounded very soft. It was really nice. It was a mellow roller rink dance track that I appreciated, and I didn't hate too much. My bias toward Justin Bieber is still there, though, so I can't sit here and be like, oh, it was fantastic. Look, guys, I have biases in music. You guys have biases. So I'm not here to say this is the absolute, not true. I'm going to say facts. I'm going to say opinion. My opinion is I don't like Justin Bieber. Sue me. And that was track 9, Juke Jam. Track 8 was Angels. Track 10 we come along was All Night. It was short, uneventful, didn't mean much to me. It was very flat. I just didn't like it. And like I said, I'll explain kind of the overview of what all these songs did to the whole mixtape itself to really give you an idea of what these songs do as a whole. And then track 10, How Great, featuring Jay Electronica and my cousin Nicole, was just one long sample. I mean, I even went up to my wife and I was like, are you listening to this? Like, I was mad because what he basically did was, there's a song called How Great Is Our God in Christian music. It's a great hit. People love it. And as a Christian myself, I did appreciate the sample. But it was one long sample. It was just, the whole track was a sample. And then Chance came out and started doing his lyrics. But unfortunately, he kind of got overshadowed by Jay Electronica. I feel bad for people who are doing a mixtape or something, like the way Kendrick Lamar outshined Big Sean in one of his songs back in like 2014. It's one of those things. I think Jay Electronica outshined my boy Chance in this album. In this track. And so How Great was really good. It had a nice hit gospel feel to it. Very intense, very specific biblical imagery, which I could appreciate. Very specific. Like, these guys read the Bible before doing this track. And it was great. But Jay Electronica eclipsed my boy Chance. He completely eclipsed him. And as a Chance fan, and I'm here listening to Chance, this is his album, it's always good to have features, but, you can't control how good the feature is, right? But just make sure that you top the feature. Like, I think he should have let Jay Electronica do his part of the track first and then glued on his part of the track afterward just to see how much intensity he needed for the track. Like, I don't know. Jay Electronica did a great job, but I think in track 11, How Great, too much sampling. I think Chance could have did a lot better on his lyrics, period. Track 12, Smoke Break, was a stoner's anthem, period. It was like the anthem for a stoner. I think I need to take a smoke break. I mean, it was just like, if you're not smoking during that song, you're almost doing the song an injustice, because it just talks about the stresses of life, how you just need to take a break and smoke. It was fine, but I think it would appeal mostly to an audience in terms of smoking. And I don't know. I think everything was fine except Future. Future really just kind of shoehorned in there. And this is my opinion, of course, but the auto-tune threw it off. And his voice, the really thing that did for me track 12, that really ruined track 12, was when they allowed Future's auto-tune and his voice to cap off the song. I hated that. If you're going to end a song, end it well, end it the right way, end it softly, or end it in a bang, but don't end it with auto-tune. The very, very last note of the song sounded like this. Very disappointing. You should not end a song like that, Chance. did a great job, but don't. Future really should have. I'm moving on. Okay, so track 13, Finish Line, with T-Pain and apparently gospel Grammy winner Kirk Franklin. Who knew, right? They jumped on this one. When I tell you they jumped on it, and it was great. It was a very lyrically impressive. It was instrumentally impressive. It was produced well. And look, if it was Kirk Franklin, the song was so well done that I could tell Kirk Franklin put his toe in it. Like his fingerprint was all over the song. The way it's upbeat, the way the choir is swelling, it was fantastic. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. But Kirk Franklin in this track did his part. I see why Chance called him in. Look, I'm surprised Kirk Franklin did it in the first place. He's a huge Christian gospel artist. I usually don't think to mix the two worlds together, but I'm glad Chance the Rapper did that and kind of introduced the secular world into Christian music. And it was a great little open door. I think it was fine. I think Kirk Franklin did a great job, and he put his fingerprint on it. T-Pain did great. He could have used without the auto-tune. He could have, but he didn't, and it's fine. But it all ended up really great, and I did appreciate track 13, Finish Line. It was great. And so track 14, finally, with, of course, the song Blessings. Yes, Chance the Rapper could not figure out another title for this song. And this is, now, mind you, I'm going off of the track list that I saw on the website that I got off of. Maybe this track name is wrong. Maybe track 14 is called something else. But if it is called Blessings, then that just kind of lets you know how it just seemed very rushed. You don't name two songs the same thing. It seems rushed. It seems like he kind of just put it out there like, oh, what should we name this? Let's name it Blessings. Don't you already have a song named Blessings? Yeah, but just do it. So I don't know. But besides that, with the use of the track, he surfed very well on the beat. He gave a great lyrical performance in the first 2 minutes, but the last 3 minutes was just music. Like, look, if you're going to end a great mixtape, if you're going to end a mixtape, end it with a bang. Like, end it with you going in really deep on your lyrics and saying something and ripping people's hearts out. I don't want to compare him to Kendrick Lamar or contrast him to Kendrick Lamar, but if you're gonna do something like that at the end of your mixtape, you're really making a statement. You're saying, hey, I'm introducing Christian music into rap and hip hop. I'm introducing a new genre almost, an open door for both to go both ways. This is revolutionary. If you're going to do a revolutionary mixtape, end it revolutionarily. This guy ended it very poorly. He ended it with a sample. You don't, come on, like end it with a very heavy lyrical drop and just kick everybody in the nuts. That's how you end it. Or the not the nuts, the opposite of nuts, because that's sexist. I don't want to say it like that. You guys get what I'm saying. Basically, at the end of this album, or at the end of this mixtape, I really felt great. He did something well, but I think he could have did a lot more. So let's go ahead and go into the overview section of this review. So the overview basically is this. Coloring Book is an experimental gospel album with hints of modern trap and rap tracks that almost seem to stir together very well. And it was a very powerful rap mixtape. It was great. And I don't care what anybody says. That was a gospel rap experimental mixtape. If you want to put a title on it, gospel rap experimental mixtape. That's what that was. And by utilizing great instruments and shining cast of features like Justin Bieber, T-Pain, 2 Chainz, Lil Wayne, and then somehow you got Kirk Franklin on that train, you did a great job, and you know you did. Aside from the terrible trap song insert with Young Thug and the auto-tune heavy tracks with Future and ending it like boo-boo at the end of the track and mixtape, I think Chance was able to pull off a great mixtape that did a great job at really confusing me, of course, whether or not it was just a gospel album that I'm listening to on a Sunday morning before I go to church, or if it's a rap album that I listen to in my friend's car on the way to the club. I don't know. It melded together very well, and I was confused, but it was a great confusion, and it was really nice to hear a refreshing new experiment from our boy Chance the rapper. So let's go ahead and go to what was the best song and what was the worst song. So in my opinion, guys, the worst song had to have been Track 7 mixtape with Young Thug. It just fell apart. It was in there and they just threw it in there. It didn't taste right. It was it was oil and water. It didn't do well to me. It was out of place. It was. I'm sorry. Let me know in the comments if I'm out of place with that opinion. Let me know. But the very best song, the one that I really felt I enjoyed, I would put on repeat, it had to have been Track 13 Finish Line with Kirk Franklin, T-Pain, and the way it swelled, the crescendo, the singing, and the way it just was put together. I'm getting goosebumps again because when you realize what Kirk Franklin can do with a song and you put him on that song, I don't care if he's on a country album, a country mixtape. I don't care. That's going to be the best track. Okay. Why else do you think Kirk Franklin is a Grammy-winning gospel artist? And I hate to say it like this, but that track was not the best because of Chance himself. It was the best because of what Kirk Franklin did with the track. Now, it could be argued, maybe there's some more insight I need. Maybe Chance did produce that album and Kirk was just speaking on it, but I doubt it. Kirk Franklin, in his most, can do that. I mean, better than that. This guy's won I mean, I can go on for hours about Kirk Franklin. This isn't about Kirk Franklin, but the track kind of made it about Kirk Franklin. And if at the end, really, it kind of felt like this whole album or mixtape was not all Chance. Like, there are a lot of mixtapes like with Logic, Kendrick Lamar, which just them. But Chance really seemed like he was more focused on featuring than he was really being the primary subject of the mixtape. So maybe there's some more insight that I need, but just from what I listened to, from track 1 to track 14, it was fantastic. Coloring book was great. And I'm going to go ahead and grade it from a scale of 10, which is awesome, 1, which is complete garbage. I give Chance the Rapper's Coloring Book mixtape a good 7 out of 10. It was a 7 out of 10. It was great. Some work could have been done with it, a lot more lyrically than anything, but I thought it was a really great, refreshing mixtape that I enjoyed. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this album review for the channel. I am rebranding the channel. We're doing some more stuff with music. I started with music. I need to go ahead and keep continuing with music. And I do appreciate you guys' support. I hope you guys share this with people who enjoy music, which is everybody, which means I should have 1 million subscribers by the end of the day, right? Well, you guys can help me with that. Come subscribe to my channel, and you guys can be a part of more music song theory, and more music reviews and even artist analysis. So I'll be doing a lot more music stuff on this channel. I want you guys to join me. So thank you so much for joining me for this video. I hope you guys look around this one for other reviews and things like that. And I hope you guys have a great day and a better tomorrow. I'll see you guys later.